seriously needs a patch. Yeah, I mean, Phoenix, it's a huge release. Probably got released with certain, like, publisher pressures, you know?
This is so insanely beautiful.
So just give them a chance to patch it. Like,
this is the airport I loaded into last night.
Any game of this
size
size requires patching.
Like, I did a...
Day one always has issues.
I put together a couple of other options just as a courtesy, but I was like, this is the one we're going to do.
And the time of day and just, that's amazing.
I
think it would be less beautiful without the fog. Like, the fog kind of adds
an
element to it.
Yeah, if you'd have put it on, like, clear skies or something, we'd have missed out on a whole world of fun back there.
Yeah, and then all the scattering and whatnot, too, through the valley. Oh, there's the 747.
I'm seeing, like, sand patches, you know, about 50 meters long down there. Definitely landable.
Oh, yeah, so many spots.
Got a guy in the icon in front of me, too. It looks like this would be a good area for the icon.
We're in Chile. Lots of us are in Chile. Remember when Skyrim came out on the 360?
The little sandy island and the.
I remember when Red Dead came out.
Oh yeah, I'm on it right now.
Remember when Red Dead Redemption came out on PC? You remember the FPS issues? Remember how many times it used to crash? Remember all that? It took about a week or two to fix it.
For me has been a mixture of aerobatics and
Vulcan issues they had.
I guess that's one place where that little X3 Cub is super nice. It goes fast, so you can race ahead.
For sure, yeah. Although I'm impressed with you guys. You guys are hauling ass, that's for sure.
Well, I'm also running like right around. I'm pretty much running at or above VNE.
I'm just running 5,000 RPM cruise. It's giving me about 103 knots.
I may or may not have had to slew off of that island.
Oops. Yeah, that thing certainly got a lot less lift.
Yeah,
a little longer ground roll.
Slow down.
Where we're heading? We are heading to SCAP, Alto Palena.
It's funny because like some planes are super floaty and some planes are super draggy.
Yeah.
So I think what it's down to is like Osobo developed their physics engine, you know, separately, and then they kind of assigned each airplane to different developers.
Yeah.
And so I think it really depends on the developer and how much effort and sweat and tears were put into the actual flight model for that specific airplane. Because the 172 is honestly pretty damn good.
I think the Robin is too, right, Paul?
Yeah, the Robin's really nice.
Like, you can tell the planes that they have flown and knew a lot more about, they were able to handle better.
Absolutely.
Whereas things like the King Air and some of the bigger planes, like they're not the best.
Jesse Juice and Youngstar, thank you guys. Gladius Maximus, thank you for subbing.
I wonder if that's not why the Garmin is so poor right now, is they probably assigned it to a group that did it, and then they didn't really have the experience to compare it to what the real stuff is.
Look at that view, oh my god. Like, the view behind right now is just these, like, snow-capped mountains and a valley. It looks amazing. Have you tried the 182? No, not yet. That's the one that you can buy, right?
I wonder in real life how protected this area would be, whether we'd be allowed to do this, because in New Zealand, you're not really, like, it's all, you know, protected land, so you can't really go play around like this.
Well, what are you damaging by flying around?
Birds, usually birds that are nesting and stuff, the sound of everything, and you would have a minimum altitude that you can pass over, usually about 3,000 feet, 4,000 feet.
Yeah, there's a lot of places in the U.S. that do that as well, 2,500 AGL for the wilderness areas. There's some places in my neck of the woods, actually, where they want us to stay higher. And it's for that exact reason. It's just for noise abatement for the wildlife.
meh, deal with it. Did you guys buy the 182?
A firm.
Is it any good?
Honestly, it's worse than any of the stock airplanes because of the sound, and it's got the stock avionics. The sound is horrible, but I really enjoy flying it, so I don't know, it's hard to tell.
So kind of atypical Coronado then.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what I expected. I was thinking it might have better sounds, but it seems like they're using their own sound engine as opposed to whatever's in the sim.
There may or may
The
not be a
visual model is
747 off my
great,
wing.
though.
You said a 747 off your wing?
Yeah, off my wing with an insane angle of attack. I think he just lost lift. I'm thinking he's dubiously close to the ground.
Just pull the power back to about 4,000 RPMs and watch him fall.
I mean, he's doing okay flying that at like just over 100 knots.
He's powering out of it.
You play it through Windows? Yes. Yeah, the Windows Store version, yeah. Is your screen the Zeus widescreen? Yep. Yep. But I'm not playing it in full resolution right now. I'm playing it in 2560 wide, I think. So that, horizontally, that's 3840. I'm playing it 2560. The 2560 by 1080 gives you a 21:9 ratio, which is a widescreen or a super widescreen or ultra widescreen. I don't know what they call it. It's 2560. It's what my videos have been in. That then gets stretched down and displayed to you, so you don't miss anything that I see, basically. But I'm not using those extra pixels on the right.
Hey Paul, I'm not listening to your stream, but what monitor is that?
It's the Asus XG49 VQ, so it's a 3840 wide by 1080 high screen. So it's basically like two standard monitors.
Right. Do you find it works well for a sim rig?
It works incredibly well for a sim rig. I mean, you could, like, if you wanted to do it a bit cheaper, you could get not the 49. You get one that's a 2560 wide, not a 3840 wide. They're both good monitors. Just depends how wide you want the view to be.
Right. Yeah, I've been looking at that because I've got a three monitor setup, but I want something a bit more elegant.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I mean, people have different opinions about single and triples, but I just like the simplicity of a single monitor. It's just so much easier to deal with, and you don't have any vertical stripes in the view.
I wonder if it's also easier on your graphics card because you're not powering three outputs versus one.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of cables is certainly less. This looks like it's... I'm just going to climb a little bit. Yeah, I've run full resolution. But frankly, there's not much point when I'm streaming. Well, Luke Pryor, I'd recommend them because they're good monitors and they're the ones I've used. I haven't looked at anybody else's. I can only tell you about the stuff I've used. I'm wondering how far away the next airfield is. Single PC setup.
The 747 tried to fly formation. He put himself into an accelerated stall.
Oh, what? So we're not going to see him land?
Well, I mean, he landed. He'll just slew himself back up, I'm sure. Wait,
the river wasn't meant to split, was it? If we gone
Oh, it's
past?
splitting. We gotta go left. The left split, the left arm of the river.
That's true.
The river, according to the chart, was not meant to split, but that doesn't mean anything because there's been a few rivers that haven't been on this Sky Vector chart.
Yeah,
Following
it's
King
not on
right
Sky
now.
Vector, is it?
All right. Okay, everybody finally turned around.
So the airfield can't be that far away. .747 nosedive. Yeah, I didn't see
My
it.
plan for the next airport was to go east of the mountain ridge, so just kind of fly east and then get a little altitude, then shoot north from there.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious what that landscape looks like.
So
Like an
basically go,
application.
sorry, like go east
Nope.
and go anti-clockwise round it?
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it's all going to be like high desert over there.
Yeah, it looks like it. And that 8,100 foot elevation, is that the peak of that range, or?
That's the VFR safe altitude. So that's going to be about, for that sector, that's going to be about, I think 1,000 feet above the highest peak. Yeah, so if you look a little further east, it's got 5.9. A little further north, it's got 7.7. So I think we'll probably be okay at like 6 or 7 flying through that area.
Okay.
Actually, I think we'll be okay at probably 4,500 or so.
This airfield is right next to the river, so hopefully one of us will spot it. There's a built-up area right in front of me. Oh, is that it? I think this is it. Yep, A-firm. I'm going in too hot. I'm going to loop back. There's like a little village on the right of it.
Seen? I got the field too. Oh, she tiny.
There's a bridge to fly under. Nice.
Did you get under?
Oh, yeah.
We're going in. Yeah, I was going too fast. I
Did
couldn't.
that 747 just make it?
I
didn't see him land.
I think he made it.
Well, if nobody saw the landing, then he probably slewed. Mr. Complex, thanks for joining, mate. Thanks for joining in. Nice little airfield. Twitch Sam, thank you for your year, sir. It's okay with you guys. I'm just going to take a very quick bio break before we take off again.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully my plane won't roll away. There's no parking brake on these planes, by the way, guys. Right, quick bio break and then we're off.
Hey chat, can you guys hear me? I think I might be able to talk to you guys right now. I have control of two Twitch channels right now. I feel so powerful. I could shout myself out, but I won't. I'll keep it simple. I kind of feel like the president right now. This is pretty amazing. I am officially king. I love how most people have no idea who I am, and I think that's awesome.
What did you do? Oh. What'd you say?
So, I said I was having a chat with your chat and Squirrel's chat because you forgot to mute me, so basically I had control of all the chats.
Oh, there you go. There was no forgetting. I gave you the keys. It's fine.
I was civil, don't worry.
Whose chat is better? Don't answer that. Paul's moving a lot faster than mine, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I'm back.
Hey Paul, I did accidentally take control of your channel while you were gone.
Did you know? What'd you do, spawn in a 747?
No, but I did chat to them.
Fair enough. So we're going to head northeast out of here and then fly north over the desert bit and then west back in, yeah?
I think we keep following the river for just a little bit longer. Probably climbed about 4,000 or 5,000.
Guys, if you want to join, just ask the mods for the information.
At the end of the mountains, yeah, we'll shoot northeast.
Ask the mods, they've got links to the route and stuff. We're at SCAP at the moment.
Get this show on the road. It's so cool.
Yeah, right, it's a ton of fun. Right, you ready for takeoff then?
Yeah, I'm lining up now.
What's my fuel?
Once I get my rudder pedals to behave.
I'm on about 60% fuel.
I did run out of fuel. I forgot the X-Cub has a fuel selector.
Oh no! It would also probably explain why you needed a lot of aileron trim.
Sure did. It kept flying in circles. I was confused.
Yeah, you need to be in the North European server to see us. That's the way it works.
The next airport's reporting fog, vertical visibility 100, and temperature is freezing.
Yay! I think it's...
Better bring out blankets.
I think it's lies. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, well, this was supposed to be fog as well, and well, it wasn't.
I wonder if it'll actually be desert over there.
I think there should be.
Or maybe like grassland or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's more mountains off in the distance, so I'm not really sure.
If they fix the live weather. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I
Might have to
honestly
go
couldn't
further
give you a
north
definitive
to
answer.
the high desert, like up further north in the Andes.
Like, from my own experience, sometimes if you choose live weather, you spawn in, you get live
It's
weather.
just so
Sometimes you
breathtaking,
spawn in, you
honestly.
get clear skies. Even though you know the weather's not clear.
Yeah, this might be the prettiest area that I've flown yet.
Is this far away from the flamingo spot?
The
Remember?
flamingos were in Africa, weren't they?
No, they were down here somewhere.
No, it was South America when we did flamingos, but I've no idea whereabouts. I think it was Chile. There's a bug if you install via Windows Store that if you didn't
I
run
don't
as
remember.
admin, you only get live weather for the first flight. If you... Okay, so if you run the sim as admin, you'll get live weather all the time. Oh, it goes to 747. Oh, no, it's the 320 this time. I never saw
Great,
that
you
land.
landed. I didn't see either one of them land.
Yeah. Okay, so guy in my chat's basically saying that if you have the Windows version of Flight Sim, if you don't run it as admin, you only get live weather for the first flight. And if you run it as admin, you'll get live weather all the time. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to test it.
Huh. Interesting. That could be.
I mean, if running it as admin fixes it until the patch comes out, I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, we're still on the first flight. I mean, we're still getting live weather, too.
He said he found the solution on the forum. I don't know. We'll have to try it.
Yeah. Duly noted.
Well, to be fair, what was the airport's temperature supposed to be?
Previous airport was 1 Celsius.
Well, we're slightly higher than that right now, and it's reading 12 Celsius for me, so I don't know.
Confidence waning.
I don't think this plane's complicated enough for temperature gauges. I mean, a plane without a parking brake probably doesn't have a temperature gauge.
Definitely no attitude indicator. See, it looks like it's all grassy above us or up in front of us. Very pretty, though.
Yeah, they call me Spliff. If you Google, if you have an airport code, like let's see,
You can see the trees
SCAP,
getting less dense
and you
as
put
they go up the
SCAP
mountain too
METAR,
towards the tree line.
METAR, you'll find a link to sites that just give you METAR information. And they have like SCAP actually has a weather station. The place we just came from, if you look on Sky Vector, it actually has a weather station. So you can get a live METAR read from it. It's really nice around here. Are you a pilot IRL? I'm a private pilot, a PPL, which means I can fly myself and I can fly other people in a single engine plane, but I can't make any profit. So you need a commercial license if you want to
question for you
basically
guys.
earn money. Think of it that way. So
Since
private
you're
only.
cultured, Okay.
Also,
How do
I
you
have
say this
VFR
next
only. I'm not
airport's
instrument
name?
rated, so I can't fly in conditions where
I don't even know
it's
what
IMC.
it's called.
SCFT. Looking at it on Sky Vector here.
Killer Cadet, thank you for 7 months. Maybe Ken, thank you very much for subbing. Mr. Horse, welcome back. Twitch Sam, thank you for a year. This is the river.
Oh damn! I just googled that.
Oh, there's the river. Okay, so after the river ends, we want to
Fatalefu?
turn roughly north.
That's you know what, that sounds better than anything I came up with. Because me being the American Midwesterner, I said Fudale Ufu.
Futa. Yeah, that's hard. I don't want to.
The making no profit part, can you ask money to cover the fuel cost of the flight?
It does not.
The way it works, Hilo,
It
is you're
doesn't
not
seem
allowed to
Spanish,
make profit.
though, does it?
So
Maybe.
No, it does seem kind of French.
it's a bit.
Or like.
I don't know the
Nordic or
exact
something.
details of
But,
you know,
but
charging
there's a
for
lot of
fuel and
German
things like
inputs
this.
here as well, but
If
there's
somebody else
nothing-
pays the
none of that
fuel bill,
reminds me
I
of
think that's
German,
fine. If you make a profit, it's not fine.
Life. It would be in German, but
I'm gonna climb. I'm going to climb a little bit. The elevation looks like it's going up to me.
Yeah, I'm running 4 to 4.5.
I think we'll call this airport Skiffit from now on. Skiffit.
Skip it. Okay.
I reckon this is the bit where we start heading northeast. Cover expenses and lunch. Well, I mean, a lot of
so I'm
people
being
do
told
that.
It's a native word.
The idea is
it
that
means
what you
big
can't
river.
do is you can't take payment for somebody to,
Accurate.
like, they can't say to you, can you
Mappadungan.
fly me to Aberdeen and I'll give you 200 quid. Like, they can't necessarily do that. But because it actually says you can't make a profit, they kind of can do that. They can give you money or cover an
There's a language
expense,
spoken in
but
South
you can't
Central
make
Chile
a profit.
and West Central Argentina.
It's a bit of a weird one.
That is awesome.
The more you
That makes
know.
me.
I
that
think
makes
this
me
is
feel
where we
bad
need
for
to
saying
be.
it might be Nordic.
Is this our turn here?
I think this looks like the open kind of grasslands we were looking for.
Yeah,
I've got,
I think
I've
if we
got the runway inside. Squirrel
okay.
to your right. Pole just to your right.
Wait,
Oh yeah, I
what?
see it, yeah.
Did you go up and over the mountains?
I mean, are we landing here? There's a runway.
No, it's not a scheduled stop.
Oh. Where's the runway?
Off my right wing at the moment. Looks
Are
like the
you close to
Airbus
the
is
river?
going to it. Yeah, it's basically right next to the river.
I'm gonna go check it out.
I'm all for an
Not a lot of-
unscheduled stop, but I do not see you guys.
North wheel, 2
Oh,
flat.
the 747's on final for it. I'll be sure to watch it land, critique it.
Are you guys next to those 2 lakes to the northeast?
Oh, I see the lakes. They're to my, yeah.
South of those. Well, the 747 did make it. Very impressive.
There's an Airbus right in front of me.
This runway looks okay. Looks decent. I don't think it's really worth the stop, but
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. You guys are doing great.
Yeah, these little bodies of water, I'm pretty much right on them now. On Sky Vector, the ones that are near the 8-1.
Oh, okay.
There's like 3 patches of water in Sky Vector. I'm literally at those now.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you guys are behind me then.
So I think I should be heading a bit more north at this point.
Yeah, pretty much due north.
I'm going to climb again.
I'll cut the power back a little bit here and let you guys catch up.
Yeah, there's a bunch behind me. I'm just going to climb a bit. What altitude are you at? Where are you flying over? We're in Chile at the moment. Bolly, thank you very much for subbing. The Week Wrench, thank you for subbing. Welcome, guys. Danos, Flight Sim Expo, thank you. Welcome for subbing. And Clutch McBroski, thanks for 62. Right, 5,000 RPM. Let's get it level. I was looking at Sky Vector. Should be. I think it might be those mountains. Sobanth the Great, thank you, welcome.
It's crazy how flat it's becoming.
Yeah, super flat through here, and actually there's a little river that's snaking up there too. Looks like it'd be fun to follow.
Yeah, it's not on Sky Vector though, is it?
No, it's like sorta. Actually, no, because it's like a terrain contour on Sky Vector.
So this next airport, is it a biggie?
No idea.
Because right now we're heading towards a big international airport.
No. So it's going to be west of that. It's going to be a 3,200 by 60-foot runway.
Copy.
Come on, I wouldn't take us to a big airport. You wouldn't know what to do.
It'd be an adventure, these things, that's for sure. I feel like a lot of the VATSIM controllers are going to be less so for Pilot Edge, but VATSIM for sure are going to be so confused about how to handle all these VFR flights that are now going to start happening.
Have you ever gone and done VFR during like an FNO?
What's an FNL?
Friday Night Ops, just an event.
Got it. Nah.
I'm very new to the
system.
Gotcha. I had a controller get very, very upset with me because I refused to talk to him. He's like, "You're in my airspace. You need to be talking." I'm like, "Nah, but I'm VFR. I ain't talking to nobody." He was very cranky with me.
What was that on VATSIM?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just tooling about VFR during an event. I was buzzing very close to his airspace, but not quite inside of it.
Go cockpit view.
I feel like Pilot Edge controllers are more used to the VFR side of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it is a new thing for Sims to be this beautiful. So previously I was never really this inclined to go look around, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I think they're going to see a lot more GA traffic in general on all the networks.
Well, you think about Idaho, like you blast out of Boise, you go fly for 20 minutes, play around in the mountains for an hour or two, and then fly 20 or so minutes back to Idaho or back to Boise. And there you get your ATC experience, you get your real world practice, and you get to have a little fun at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I've been flying around the Bay Area. I did some marine layer IFR on the 172 today, and I was just so blown away. This is probably the first sim where I can see myself using it almost every day.
Do you have a separate rig for flying? No. I only have one rig. I just changed bits on it. Ninja Cat, thank you for 27, sir.
Looks like some high desert stuff to the leftish here.
Destination is SCFT. Sierra Charlie Foxtrot Tango.
This whole area is just...
If you want to do the next
like
leg, just spawn in
trees
at
and
that
whatnot.
airfield. Oh yeah, amazing soul kit really is, mate.
It's the nice thing about these big tours here is that we get to see see a lot of areas and get a lot of ideas of where to go.
I don't think I don't know about you, but I've not really flown that much in South America until this sim. 'Cause,
I've never. I don't think I've ever loaded a sim up down here.
well, yeah, I mean, until now, I didn't really have any scenery for South America for a kickoff, so it would have looked default, which never looks fantastic, right?
It's not even just that. It's like Southeast Asia is going to be the same way. Oceania, like all the islands through, through the Pacific. There's no reason to go there.
Papua New Guinea is going to be awesome now.
Yeah. Like one of the routes I put together was Hawaii. And I've never had any scenery, so I've never flown in Hawaii, but now I really want to go.
These clearings are so good. Are you still ahead of the pack, Cat Strader?
Yeah, I'm just coming up on the sort of west turn. So I'm coming to the end of this plateau, and it sort of opens up into what appears to be some farmland out here.
Yeah. Do you see the Neo, the A320?
No, I haven't seen an A320 yet.
I guess they're trying to kind of place you.
They're all hanging back with Paul. You see the lake up ahead? It looks like I'm probably about 10 or 15 miles south of the big lake.
You've gone quite far in front.
Yeah, I got a little distance.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Here, I pulled my VFR map on my stream up if you want to look.
Copy. Sweet.
There's a big road there.
That's some headway.
Kind of looking for the valley.
Somebody mentioned India. That's another one to go try.
Oh,
India.
hell yeah.
I flew over Mumbai and stuff, and the satellite imagery wasn't amazing.
Like, was the auto gen okay?
Yeah, it's okay, but if you were from Mumbai, say, you'd be like, that's rubbish.
That's fair, okay.
No, it's an open server. Just join the Northern European server. It can spawn in. Spawn in at SCFT. And you'll see us come in. See, I think we need to be... There's a valley here somewhere. Or is it that one there, maybe? It's one of these valleys. The Burj Khalifa, yeah, I've seen that. And I've seen Dubai is nice as well. Really, Ashwin. I don't know, on the approach over Mumbai, like, the satellite imagery wasn't really detailed. There should, in theory, be a river. Oh, there it is. And then we basically follow the river west. Did you pass the river, Ty?
I'm descending now along the river, just south of the big lake.
Yeah, I just see the river in front of me. I know I have to follow that west, don't I?
It's it's the river that's got the big plain area. Like, it almost looks like I don't know, like a big grassland.
But yeah, it's kind of running east to west.
Yeah, and you see the big lake off in the distance?
Yep.
In between the mountains.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, so you're not too far back.
Cruise control, not on a plane like this. Like, the amount of autopilot varies from plane to plane.
JP, this is the one, man. Load up at SCFT and follow this riverbank, sort of east-northeast-ish. This place is awesome.
Skiffed.
Skiffed.
I'm ahead of the main pack, so I should be able to catch you pretty soon.
That's fine. I'm in no hurry.
Yeah, so there's the river, flying straight into the river. Essentially, it's down that valley there, because there's like that body of water here is that body of water there. So we're literally flying into that valley, and then further down is SCFT. bus to early access. I don't know, mate. I'm kind of focused on Microsoft Flight Sim for now. I know Train Sim World 2 came out Thursday. I've not even installed it yet. Man, this terrain around here is fantastic. It's got it all. It's got the trees, mountains, lakes, rivers. It's amazing.
There's a couple bridges too.
And that winter sun makes it look better. We do have
we've
a
had,
lovely
like,
community deep and
sunrise,
fast.
sunset, whatever it is, for like 2 hours now.
Are you flying in real time?
Look at those trees.
Yeah, it's just that golden light, that golden hour is perfect.
I think we started about an hour and a half or so after sunset, or sunrise.
Yeah, sun's still low, but that it's kind of on the same latitude
David.
as New Zealand, and we don't get
I
much sun
think
this time of year. So
the new Nvidia cards, it's a difficult question to answer, Bro David, as to whether the new Nvidia cards will be good for Microsoft Flight Sim, because it kind of depends on where the bottleneck is in your system. Like if you see your graphics card capping out, then yes. If it's just CPU capping out, then maybe not. And from, you know, some of the tech guys are basically coming back and saying, you know, you need to have fast memory. You need to have like DDR4 memory for this. And, you know, I've got a 3950X. It's not using all the cores. Like, it should do, but it's not. And if I upgrade my 2080 Ti, am I going to see an improvement in performance? I don't know. Maybe I can dial some settings up. Maybe, you know, maybe your frame rate won't increase because you're CPU bound, but maybe you could slap everything onto Ultra because the card can cope with it. It's very hard to say.
Two people went there before me, so...
No, most games don't use all cores. But I think Microsoft Flight Sim's only using about 4, which is a little bit disappointing. Start a gradual descent because the airfield is round that corner there somewhere. I have PCIe 4. PCIe 4 is way faster than most graphics cards can handle. How much would you expect it to cost to get your PPO from zero experience? Depends which country you're in. In the UK, I budget like 8-9 grand, and under the 747 goes underneath me. I really hope he's going to shoot a landing.
I feel like there's 2 and 3 around. The one did do a really nice landing at the previous airport, so it was impressive.
That's a diamond. Dude, this is madness. This is awesome, bro. This is so cool. The fact you can do this is awesome. SCFT. We're inbound to SCFT at the moment. Sierra Charlie Foxtrot Tango. Yeah, the netcode works. Like, the netcode on this sim works surprisingly well. Like, we've got so many planes around us from all around the world, and nobody's kind of glitching out that much.
I don't think I've seen any glitching. Like, I don't think I've seen any hitching or pausing or anything like that. It's all super smooth.
It just works out the box, right? No starting up GameSpy from years ago.
Oh gosh, I forgot. You forget about GameSpy.
Yep.
Is it bad that I don't even know what GameSpy is?
Nope. You're better off for it. Back in the day, you had to use third-party services to access multiplayer games. Like they literally acted as giant repositories to say these are the servers for this game, and then that repository at some point went offline because the company went out of business.
Damn.
And so a lot of games actually lost their ability to do multiplayer at that point because the thing that listed all the servers no longer existed. I think FSX was one of those examples, right, Paul?
FSX definitely had games by when it came out, yeah.
This airport's cool too, by the way.
I don't have a visual on it yet. So it should be like coming up. I don't see it yet. Unless it's got to be here, right? I'm thinking it's just not drawn it in yet.
I think we got to teach some of these people what vacating the runway means.
Yeah, people are I think a lot of people spawned in here waiting for folks at the beginning of the runway. There's probably no ramp parking spots at this airport.
I literally can't see this thing yet.
What a neat little field, though.
Unless it's around the corner. What is it, like a grass strip?
It's a paved strip, but it's in a very kind of picturesque location.
How's the flight going?
Is the windsock also like literally in the trees for you guys?
It's been amazing.
Oh, probably. I don't even... Where is the windsock?
I'm parked right in front of it right now. It's in the trees. To the right of you right now. That right there. Sorry, there's a delay.
Oh, was that it?
Found it. Yes, definitely in the trees.
Oh, there it is. Can we go straight in on the windsock?
Yeah, you're fine. This is about what you'd expect from a multiplayer session when you get here.
As a 747, I've not seen the 747 land yet. Has anybody seen the jets land yet?
There was a 320 on the ground, but I think he spawned in.
Yeah, you see, he can take off, but he can't land.
Yep. Seen a couple of nosovers with the Cubs here.
That's always the favorite. Just jam on the brakes and then don't let them off near the end and just face plant. If nobody saw you land the 747, it doesn't count. Oh my god, he just binned it. Oh. He just binned it right at the start of the runway. That was amazing. Some guy like touched down at the start of the runway and immediately face planted.
That definitely wasn't me.
I won't judge.
That was you. Well, thanks for the entertainment.
I reckon this this mountaintop right next to the runway is begging to be landed on.
Think you got some time?
Stop rolling. Is anybody on final? Or are they all down? Has everybody landed then?
I'm down, yeah.
I was hoping to see some people on final. Tootsie, thanks for 38.
Tell everybody go
I
do a
have
lap
been
in the
very busy
pattern.
recording. Exactly that, mate. Daily videos for the
Hey,
last
chat.
3 weeks.
Everybody go do 1 lap in the pattern. Come back to runway 27.
That's gonna be chaos.
No, wait. I want to see the 747 do a circuit and land.
And the 747 must do this as well. Assuming
think
that
the
you can
issue
actually
is-
see them.
The 747 is probably around, but you can't see it because you're close to so many other airplanes.
He just spawned back in briefly.
Yeah, I don't see any big jets here. Grumpy, welcome back, Grumpy. Right, where are we going after this? So after this, we're going... Let's bring this in. Oh, I see the 747 just taking off now. Literally just saw him go off the end of the runway. This next leg is going to be interesting.
The view on top of this mountain is so awesome, seeing all the planes down there.
Opera? Oh my god, yes, I use
just
Opera.
Get a bunch of altitude and go direct in this case.
Dude, I like this browser more than Chrome. Opera's really good.
Because I think we'll get some pretty good views up there too.
What, you think climb above the mountains?
Yeah.
So that's what, at least 8,000 feet?
Yeah, let's take about 8,000. Yeah, we can. What we can do is we can head west, and find that big river there, or that big lake,
Yeah.
and then climb over that lake, and then once we get to 8,000 feet, just go direct.
Oh, you mean the one, the lake immediately west, not the massive one, much further
No,
west?
I mean the massive one. Yeah, follow the river down to the massive one, because I think that's going to be very pretty in itself.
So southwest down the river, and then pick up the huge water, and then northbound.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Climb, and then we'll go direct.
Okay. Next stop,
I hear a jet.
EA.
Oh, there's one on the runway. The citation looks like. Yeah, basically, all I'm seeing are airplanes on the ground here. Everybody else is despawning once they fly away.
Mr. Brian, I think 46.
Shall we?
Fuel for me is 41%, so that's maybe enough for the next leg.
You know, you can fuel.
Looks big enough for a refuel here.
I think so, yeah.
Alright, so we're taking off west and then going southwest. Trying to find the river.
Firm.
Alright, let's do it. Yes, live weather is what we punched in. We're taking off westerly, guys, so same way we came in. Basically. Yeah, Luke, sometimes if you cap your frame rate, you actually end up with a smoother
Did you find it?
experience. It's actually quite a built-up little town here.
Another one of those where it's probably just the airport that keeps them supplied.
Yeah. You can't currently do a shared cockpit now. It's not part of the sim yet. But who knows, when they get Sim Connect working, maybe somebody will work it out. You can cap it in the MIDI control. I use the MSI Afterburner tool to cap my frame rate. I turn VSync off in the sim, and then use MSI Afterburner to cap the frame rate, and it works pretty well. So what are you climbing to? Or are you just going to follow the valley?
Yeah, I'm going to go probably 6.5. 6.5 to 7, see if that gets me above this stuff.
What, have you got cloud? Or just get above the mountains?
Get above the mountains. And pretty much just go direct over top of the mountains. Because I don't think that there's no real good way to pick through this. It's not going to take us way out of our way.
Right, so we're going to just... Right. So we're not following the valley now. We're going west over the mountains.
Yeah, so I'm flying down here to climb over top of this lake. Like, I'm going to fly to the lake. I'm going to shoot to the north, climb to 6.5 or 7, and then shoot towards the airport. Does that make sense?
Okay.
We'll get there.
I'll keep climbing. I don't use G-Sync though.
I kind of want to see this area from altitude. That's sort of my my reasoning. I know JP's going to have like 3 cans of oxygen with him, but...
Yeah, I'm already lightheaded. I'm on your right wing, so...
You can stop and land on every single mountaintop and we won't judge.
Some people quite low down there. Yeah, we need to climb up.
I mean, considering you're out climbing me right now, I don't know if I'll be able to catch up.
Oh. Well, that's about that. I mean, that's what this plane seems to do best, is climb.
Yeah, it doesn't go forward, it just goes up.
Oh, I see you. Hey.
What's up?
Yeah, the views are fantastic. Like, they really are so good. That's in 5,000. Hope this thing can do 8,000. Jerry, thank you for 4 months. Endo, thank you for 32. I am well, thank you. Grumpy Forever, welcome back. Man, I'm like over that body of water now that was to the west of the airfield. Looks fantastic up here. Yeah, it's super smooth. Yeah, you can see like the whole... That's where we came in. We came along that valley. And then we landed at the airfield. And we just took off and climbed out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to go to 8.
Passing 5.5 now.
Yeah, I'm climbing through 6, and there's still peaks that seem to be above me.
Yep.
It's very pretty, though. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's like being in Norway. It's amazing. I just hope she keeps on climbing.
I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go sit in the car for 2 hours.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Top right, where it has your name, if you click on your name in the game, you drop this down, you can change your online status, and underneath that, you can change the server. Normally, it's on automatic. If you specifically select North America, North Europe, sorry, then you'll be in the same server we're in. If you want to catch up, your best bet now is to spawn at the destination, which is SCEA, because if you spawn back there, you won't catch us up. So just spawn up SCEA and wait for us. Well, I'm coming up on 7,000 and my climb rate's coming down.
I'm still getting 500 feet a minute out of this thing.
Yeah.
Full power going, climbed about 170 kilometers.
But it's definitely coming down for me, though.
Yeah.
I notice there's no mixture adjustment in this thing.
Yeah, it's a carbureted auto mixture. And it should actually keep going to 14,000 without problems.
Wow. Doesn't feel like it's going to hit 14k in this.
Are all road taxis like that?
Yep. The more modern ones are fuel injected, but yeah, there's no mixture, no issues with mixtures in them.
Nice.
So it just kind of auto-tunes the mixture.
Yeah, you just end up flying really rich when you're higher up, but that does nothing.
What are the side effects of drinking them often?
Chad's telling me it'll go even
Shouldn't be
higher
any.
than what you say. Apparently it goes to 20,000. It's still good.
Yeah, the pilot's
I'll be
not,
very
though.
impressed.
I think 8,000 is good. It's going to get us over here.
You said 8?
Well, I'm coming up on 8 now, and it kind of looks like I'm over the peaks.
Yeah, I think 8 should be fine. I mean, the VFR chart says 8.2 for this area for VFR clearance, so you might come a little close, but you should be okay.
A little close is fine.
That 787 just stalled and dropped away.
Wait.
Turns out the jets can't climb at 170 kilometers.
Who knew?
Restive Nebula, thank you very much for subbing.
Imagine
Welcome.
that, right?
Oh, it's cold up here. I should actually put the heating on. There you go. Cabin heating. Oh man, this view though. This view's so good. There's some people like way higher than me. Alright, we're trimmed out. Boom. It's slightly disappointing that you don't see other players' tail numbers.
I don't get it. I don't know why they're covering them up.
Maybe there's some technical limitation to actually rendering that out right now.
But I feel like a black box, just leave it yellow, you know? Like, why
That's
make it
fair.
ugly?
It's a lot of planes. You trim at the throttle. No, watch today's video, which will go out soon, and the video is all about
I think
stabilized
this
flight.
is going to be my last airport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time for sleep.
Maybe. The dog needs some rest, you know?
Get a coffee and get on with it, man.
That's no excuse. 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll be okay.
There are 3 empty Red Bull cans lying here, so
Wow.
damage is done.
Is this one of your first times flying and not streaming?
I mean, like embargo lift, sure, yeah. Or post embargo lift, yeah.
Right.
SCEA, Sierra Charlie Echo Alpha. If you get a mod to give you a link
I'm
to the
see
Sky Vector
ocean way
room,
out there. We're getting close.
and we're currently heading
It's going to be a
northwest
pretty
roughly.
intense descent into this next airport.
Yeah. Does that say the elevation is 488 meters?
I think that's a good question. Yeah, 1,083 feet, 488 meters is, I think, what it's saying.
Okay, so we're going to have to lose like 7,000 feet.
Oh, yeah. Power off emergency descent.
Oh, there's a massive valley below us now. My God.
guess it may be a good time to see whether these airplanes spin.
Apparently the runway length is 488 meters.
Oh, wow.
okay.
That's very short.
I think so I think the spinning behavior is like programmed, because every plane that I've had that I've ended up spinning has spun the exact same way.
Huh.
Really? Interesting, because I find the 172 spins very realistically. The 182 doesn't spin at all.
No, planes don't crash
I got the
into each other
182
in
to
this
spin,
game
but I
due
had
to the
do an
Patrick Swayze
accelerated
effect.
Stall, like full right rudder, and it felt the exact same way as the 172 when it finally broke.
Interesting.
Because I also had the same thing happen to me last night in the Robin during the Courchevel landing challenge.
Right. I find the extra and the pits to be the two most unrealistic airplanes in this sim. They're so bad.
What's the Patrick
Too
Swayze
powerful,
effect?
or-
If I can get somebody to
Oh, no,
fly
just
into me,
flight
I'll
models,
show you what the
just
Patrick
so
Swayze
well
effect
done.
is.
Yeah, I've not flown either one of those in the real world.
There you go. This citation's going to demonstrate the Patrick Swayze effect.
Flew the extra. It was fun to fly.
Hopefully. No, he's gone underneath.
But again, I
No, there you
can't
go.
speak for
That's a
its
Patrick Swayze
accuracy.
effect right there. He just turns into a ghost. You have this like bubble around you,
extra
and when
in real
somebody
life
comes
is like
into
on rails,
collision,
so,
you ghost out.
It's,
Basically, yeah.
It's very sloppy on the sim.
That's what happens. So nobody can actually give you a bad day, really. Which is cool. Citation with gear down, I know, right? I think he had flaps down as well. I think he was just trying to slow down to get to our speed. And no, you can't put collision on. No, there's no option for that. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. It means you can enjoy multiplayer without... I mean, at the end of the day, it's like... if you used to fly on VATSIM, you'd sometimes get trolls who, when you were coming into land, they just like spawn on the runway. You know, it ruins immersion to some extent, but it doesn't really cost you anything. Looks like you're invading. I know it is.
I feel like the fidelity of the other people's airplanes is much higher on the on a group flight versus the all players.
Versus what?
Like in the group flight, the airplanes are much better detailed than on the all player server.
Well, I mean, we're on
Like-
the all player. Everybody here is joining us by being as part of the all player. Like, we're not doing anything with groups.
See, what we need to do
But
is
that's what I mean.
you have to
like
lose 7,000 feet
like
to come in
I
here.
can't see control surfaces and move, and
So
the
this
wheels are
valley here
blocky, and
is
like
this valley
it's
here.
not quite as nice as in a group.
And after that, we have to descend,
Oh, I see. Yeah. So you got I had it the other way around.
head a bit more west, and then descend and turn north.
Well, there's an option to use low fidelity or lower fidelity airplanes, but I would suspect that when there's more planes on screen, yeah, they start drawing
Have
things
generic
different.
planes on
I've
the
seen just
multiplayer.
missing landing gears altogether.
I don't really know what the
Yeah.
model matching does.
Okay, group uses high quality models, others use low quality models in the settings.
Oh, is that in the options?
Yeah.
What, in
That would
general?
make sense then. Yeah, it's in one of the visual settings somewhere. I forget. Like, I think it's under the traffic tab or something.
Everybody just went, "Phoom." I went into the options and everybody just went flying past. Look at that. That's hilarious. It's
Gonna start
graphics at the
descending
bottom.
here for the field. Starting to come up here.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I'll head west in a little bit and then descend and head north into the field.
follow you down.
Just waiting to get to the end of this riverbed at the bottom.
Yeah, JP, we got this little sort of valley here. I'm just gonna shoot for that because it's on the other side of the mountain on our left here.
It's just chilly.
Copy.
Oh yeah, I started descending too. I just saw you, Patrick Swayze, pass me.
Satellite terrain
Yeah,
details
you slow down
really
a
good
lot
around
easier
here.
than I do.
Yeah, it feels like over here somewhere, I think. I did do Norway last weekend a little bit, yeah. Wasn't the multiplayer, but we had a look at Norway. Not only a small look.
So Ty, I'm listening to your stream right now, and I unplugged my Xbox controller, and that fixed all the stability issues. So
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
Are you using it wirelessly?
I was, and then today I switched to USB, and I realized that's the only thing I've changed on the whole thing. And I think it's just my front USB port that it's a little bit loose. So every now and then it like.
Yeah, I'm always afraid I'm gonna bump mine, but I had the controller sitting wirelessly next to me, but it would go to sleep, and then when I would wake it back up, it would crash the sim.
that's a pain,
that's-
that is.
Yeah, that's the one thing I really want them to fix, and hopefully that'll be one of the things they patch, because I imagine there's a lot of folks having that same issue. Like also, if you want to change controls, I switched from the honeycomb to the warthog yesterday, and to do that I had to close the sim completely.
It seems to be better when you plug things in than when you unplug things. When you unplug things, it almost always crashes.
I found that if I'm like in the Savage Cub in the middle of nowhere in the cockpit, I
the
can
effort.
connect anything. But when I'm in a city, it'll crash.
Huh. Maybe it's a resource issue then.
Maybe that.
I just looked outside behind me for the first time in a while. This is ridiculous.
You're at the airfield and it's just a field. Fair enough.
We're pretty much over it right now.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's short.
Oh, it's just a little grass strip.
Oh wow, it's short.
Wait, how are you there already?
I mean, we move with a purpose here.
I don't get it. Like, you took off just before me, yet you're there, and I'm like, I don't know, 10 nautical miles away. Are you going full ham all the way?
I was doing 180 or so.
I mean, I'm just like, I generally cruise at like 5,000 RPM so people can like catch up if they need to.
Yeah, I was doing about 180. That's all right. We'll wait for you. It's pretty though.